Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Blind View right here on Rumble. And here is your host, Miss Rebecca Meadows.
Hello, how is everybody this fine evening? I'm so happy to have everybody here. Um, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday evening. And I hope everybody's getting ready for Christmas. How are my co-hosts?
Doing fine. Like you said, getting ready for Christmas. Hope everybody's having a good day.
Absolutely. I am doing well also. Getting December started and Christmas preparations are underway, but fortunately we do still have some time. We're not at crunch time yet, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's one of the busiest months. Sometimes it doesn't feel like Christmas when you get busy with other things, but then like on weekends we play Christmas music, and last weekend we did some Christmas baking.
Now, have you guys changed up? Like I know in my family, I've changed up. I've like greatly reduced how much I'm spending on Christmas this year. And I just want to see what everybody else has to say. Is everybody doing that?
Well, depends. I don't know. Like if you spend like super much, it makes sense. But I never spend way too much to begin with.
Yeah.
Actually, this year I'm focusing more on experiences than just presents. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
we're gonna get some presents for the kids, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I feel like they lead a pretty good lifestyle, so it's not always about stuff.
Uh-huh.
So what are you doing then? What are your ideas for experience?
Well, like there's a pretty cool thing. I'm sorry, that's something in my eye. There's a pretty cool thing that our church is doing, and it's like music and like the choreography is all in sync with the music, and there's lights and things, and it tells the story of Christmas and the good news, and so that'll be cool, and then we usually get a real tree every year, so that's something we enjoy doing, going to the tree farms and picking out a tree and bringing it home and decorating it. So that's a cool thing that we do. And
Did you set it up already?
no, no, not yet. We still gotta go get it. So
Oh, dude, it's only 2 weeks left. Time is counting.
I know it, but it's all right. I'm a believer in abundance, so we'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah, we already set
Yeah.
ours up. What is it? First Saturday after Thanksgiving. That's our traditional day.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, I love decorating. It just times goes by so fast. When we were taking out those boxes from the closet with all the decorations and stuff, the Christmas tree itself, because we always put artificial one.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, my gosh, it seems like the other day we were putting everything away, and now we're taking everything out again.
I'm ashamed to say I haven't even put my tree up yet. And like I remember my mom always used to put it up the day after Thanksgiving every year, right? And um and I used to do it too, but now that like the kids are grown, like my youngest son is 19 now, right? And so I mean, I don't have little ones around to need a Christmas tree and a lot of gifts for, right?
Yeah.
And
Is it
my
is it different as your kids get older? Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe that.
and I'll be going across town to the other place where my parents are going to be at because that's where we're going to be having Christmas dinner. And so over there, we'll be opening up some presents. I'm sure my mom will probably have a Christmas tree over there too. But yeah, I don't put up a tree just for me, and David doesn't
No,
really
I
care
got
either.
you. I
No, for me
got
it
you.
doesn't matter. I mean, I never had kids around the house, so it's for
Yeah.
us. I just enjoy it for us. Of course, I can't enjoy it
Oh,
to an extent like for somebody who could see
oh,
all those decorations and lights and stuff, but
yeah.
still, the spirit still
Oh,
matters.
I love the rare chances when I got to go caroling, and stuff like that, or go on a hayride or whatever stuff like that at Christmas time. But honestly, I I've really cut back on how I celebrate Christmas since I left my husband, right? And my kids are grown, so they're not, you know what I mean? Like if we have a meal together, we'll have a meal, and I might put up a little tree, just for the sake of it. But I'm not going to put up a big Christmas tree, fully decked out in decorations, and decorate the house and stuff like I used to do, and like my mom always did when we were growing up.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
okay,
something
but
cool about the
let
real.
me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys this though. Even if you don't go all out with decorating and stuff, um, a lot of people. I'm sad to say, a lot of people think that I'm like ridiculous or naive or whatever. But do any of you still like the idea of the Christmas spirit though? I tell everybody like,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
it's Christmas, you guys, come on, just like
Well,
if there ever was a time, at least enjoy the Christmas spirit. And they're like, you are insane. There is no
and
Christmas
can
spirit. What are you talking about?
this year I might actually wind up putting a tree up because, guys, today I went and hung out with this guy that I've been talking to on Facebook dating for a while, and we had a really good time. And I'm thinking, wow, maybe we could spend Christmas together. So if I wind up spending Christmas with Terry, I'm definitely going to put a tree up and decorate and stuff.
Oh wow, you didn't tell us
Oh, but
that. Did you have a date?
I don't really mean I don't really mean that. Though. I just mean like I like it that everybody is typically a little kinder to each other.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and if the good thing is if you catch someone being a big dumb jerk this time of year, you can just remind them that they better be nice. Like you like remind them of the reason for the season, right? This is a time to spread love and joy to your neighbors and your neighbors and your friends and foes, everybody. We're supposed to love and bless everybody. But this time of year in particular is a time when we all remember it. And we
Yeah.
all need to be practicing it. So
well, and for us, it's let me just put it like this: to us, Christ Mass is important. I mean, it's always important, but especially now during the Christmas season. So I'm not trying to proselytize or anything, but we are practicing Christians, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody gets back to church this Christmas, including myself. I'm going to make a real effort to go to a Christmas service at one of the churches I've been attending since I moved to Mesa. I'm hoping I can find a nice Christmas service at one of them to attend. I'm sure I can. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was going to add something else.
Well, and for example, like not that long ago this year, last month in November, the current president Donald Trump, he kind of made a little jab at the Pope, right? And I thought it was good the way the Pope handled it. I'm not saying that I fully agree with the Pope.
Did you say last year or this last November?
No,
last
month. I think it was like back in November.
Can you elaborate on that? I didn't see it.
Oh, I just know that the Pope got invited to the White House, and
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah, remember that? And he was there, and Donald Trump made some kind of barb at him, said something that was a little bit, like, did you have to say it like that?
Yeah, something that you wouldn't say in polite company, probably, or something.
Right. And so, but I think too about, like all of us who were made into enemies, sometimes by our own family, just because we wouldn't take the clot shot. Yes, I called it that. Just because.
The clot shot?
Yeah, that's right. Just because I wouldn't
talking about the vaccines.
If you want to call them that,
I just wanted to be clear what you're talking about because I wasn't certain.
And no, that was only authorized via an emergency use authorization. Mm-hmm. It was an experimental gene therapy technology.
Yeah.
And as we saw, it didn't work.
And
people continued to spread COVID, and people continued to get COVID. So it didn't work.
and I'm so thankful that my family and I did not get the COVID vaccinations or any of this stuff.
Well, you guys know, speaking of vaccinations, I was going to talk about this today on the show, see if you heard about this, but Bobby Kennedy is making some progress with all this. And you know that right now they are reconsidering the whole childhood vaccination schedule because there's so much going on with these vaccines, specifically this hepatitis B vaccine, which is given to absolute like brand newborn babies, like totally newborn, right away. And I've heard this before that it's a lot of there is a school of thought that it's absolutely unnecessary. If the mother tests negative for hepatitis B, there's no need for the baby to have that vaccine because hepatitis goes you can only through needles like drugs or sex or whatever, but that's irrelevant to a little child.
I remember when my boys were little, I was very upset and concerned about all of the vaccinations. You know, I can't tell you how many times they held our boys down and said, "Okay, it's just us two nurses. We're gonna poke. Each of us are gonna poke him this many times to give him this many injections," and they do it like in certain spots in their body, right? But and I know they were doing it to cause the least amount of pain to the child, but I found it really barbaric the way they do it to the kids, all of the injections and vaccines. And I never my kids have never had any vaccinations other than the ones to get into school. You know, we've never gotten the flu shot or any of these COVID vaccines. Like, I'm so thankful that I've done that with my kids because we all have very strong immune systems as a result.
Yeah, and then they say there is some mercury in those vaccines and God knows what. I mean, there's just too much. And then to say that after all these vaccinations, to say that our society is healthier or better, not really. I mean,
oh no. In fact, have you guys heard that there are, I should say, at least tenuous links to the clot shots? Again, I'm not going to call them vaccines because did you know that the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, changed the definition of a vaccine?
Oh yeah,
during
they
did. Right. So I'll call them clot shots. I'll call them gene therapy technologies. I will not call them vaccines. But for people that did get them, do you guys know, like, there is rapidly increased rates of what they're calling turbo cancers?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. So it really is killing people. I mean, I knew that some people had died early on from the vaccines, but I thought maybe some of those people just had weak immune systems or something crazy like that, or maybe there were just a few unique situations. But this is a different thing here. You know, this is really scary.
Oh yeah.
I mean, apparently they're saying that it's causing cancer in parts of the body where cancer wouldn't normally go. And if people do get cancer, like, it grows and metastasizes at an incredibly fast pace. It never used to do that. And they found evidence of the spike protein in a lot of those people.
Yeah. Oh my God. We all dodged a bullet there. Those of us who didn't run out and get those vaccinations. Didn't we, guys?
Well, I was always suspicious from day one. When they started offering money to go get the vaccine, start offering different perks and pressuring people, I was like, whoa, there's something really wrong with this. It's just not.
You know what makes me so angry is the way that they tricked our fellow Americans into becoming guinea pigs for these damn injections. And it made me so sick how many people were running out and getting the boosters and shit all the time too after the vaccines first came out. And with every new vaccine and every new, booster and stuff, I was like, oh my God, because I was just picturing our whole society coming down with, well, what's going on? Cancer. And I bet a lot of those injections also make people sterile because like, I'm just saying the people that made those vaccines did not have the best for the American people at mind. They probably, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to sterilize us to keep us from reproducing, you know?
Well, they're already doing that by confusing the kids and having them
Yeah.
getting castrations and all that stuff. But on top of it, yeah, other people, and it's just too crazy what ridiculous shit we had to go through. I mean, just think about those pointers in the supermarkets. You could not stand in line. You had to be like 6 feet apart, which is absolutely
Oh yeah.
I remember the day that
gosh.
Gino and I went to the bank, right? And I looked down at the floor and I said, Gino, what is that down there? Because I couldn't see it very well. And he said, that's tape to tell us how far apart we have to stand. And I was shocked. And I said, take a picture of that. Because I bet later on in the history books, they're going to be talking about this crazy stuff that we all lived through during the quarantine, right? And it, like, pictures of that time and stuff are probably going to be pretty valuable, because like we don't see that kind of stuff all the time. Some of the stuff that went on during the quarantine.
There was the greatest experiment that they conducted in the 25th century over people. It's just too crazy. Remember they were talking about implementing digital passports? Like, it's a complete tyranny. Like, and in Europe they were doing this. So, and yeah, like in order to go, I'm not talking about some privilege like a restaurant or something, but you could not get on a flight, or you could not go see your relative like in a hospital or something.
Well, elderly people and sick people were dying in hospitals and nursing homes because their relatives weren't allowed to come and see them, and it was really terrible because they when COVID would get into a nursing home, all the residents would die and their family couldn't even come and see them in the days leading up to it or before they got sick. You know what I mean? And it was a really terrible situation. I felt it was so unfair to our American citizens. Like the way they violated our constitutional rights and locked us all up. It was so wrong. It really frustrated me because I didn't lock up during the quarantine. I continued to go out and walk my dogs and exercise in my neighborhood, right? And like here in Mesa, like we could sit out on the veranda every single day. And like so many times during the quarantine, we had like get-togethers out here on my veranda. Back then I had 3 sets of table and chairs out there. And so we could do social distancing, and we cook on my smoker grill, cook meat on my smoker grill, and we burn wood on the fire pit and swim in the pool and stuff. And that's the stuff we did during the quarantine to socialize, my friends and me.
Yeah, but why the hell did you put 3 tables to do social distancing? That's like playing into their hands.
I already have, like, what I'm saying is I already have tables and chairs out there. So anybody who was concerned about it, like, they had plenty of room, you know what I mean? So people didn't feel crowded and stuff.
Yeah, but even that, like, whoever thinks this way, it's still ridiculous. If you're in the same area with somebody who's only like 6 feet or 10 feet apart, it still does not protect you. It's just so insane to think that way. If you're that damn scared,
nobody heckled you about it. Nobody was like, "Hey, go in your house."
No, my neighbors next door were having get-togethers around the campfire in their backyard every weekend too. So yeah, and I'm sure other people back in the neighborhood were doing that. I mean, you guys, this is Arizona, and we love living. I mean, we live outside here. It's so beautiful outside. I spent the first 38 years of my life up in Minnesota and Montana, and I just love it here. Favorite thing about Arizona is I can go out any time of the year, and it's so beautiful outside.
But did you guys know that in New York they can actually, I don't know about arrest, but they could detain you, or they could ticket you if you were like in the beach by yourself. Without a mask? It's like, what?
By yourself. They could even do it if you were by yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
I told you we were lost.
Hello?
Gonna have to reset this leg, my young friend.
Where is Mateo?
He never came. They never showed up.
We're happy to help people like you, but it isn't safe to be out there.
I see you two enjoyed our world-famous ribs.
How many times have I told you, kids? No cartoons after sundown.
I don't know what kind of sick fucking games you two are playing down here. Carol and I really liked you two.
Hey, everybody, are we back?
Yeah, that was weird, you guys. I only heard the very end, which sounded very interesting. That sounded like some kind of electric knife. So
Did you?
that
Oh,
was
yeah.
weird.
Oh, that was the trailer for Baby Backs, our new feature film.
No, I'm just saying I didn't see the whole.
You didn't hear
trailer
the whole
this time.
thing? Okay.
But I can hear you okay though. So.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Were you able to hear the whole thing, Anya?
no, I actually stepped out for a second. I didn't.
Oh, okay. It seemed to me like it played the whole way
Started,
through.
I heard the beginning of it, so and I put my headphones down and walked away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, so we might see some good changes with vaccine schedule. And did you guys?
Well,
Oh, go
and
ahead.
did you hear what RFK Jr. was saying earlier about autism? I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah, it sounds like they have a strong link between autism and vaccines, from what I've heard.
I
Yes,
mean, and
people get
that's
done for
crazy too.
years. Yeah, but the reaction of the libs mainly kind of, leaves me in awe because I don't understand. Nobody says that autistic people are terrible people or something, not
No.
worthy living, but they treat it as such, because all these, society for, I don't know how to say it, so some associations and different organizations just, freaked out when he started talking about autism. Oh, autistic people deserve this and that. They are not nuisance to the society.
Nobody's saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so dumb.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, we all know what the agenda of the left is, so.
Yeah.
Well, but guys, I mean, again, like I won't say a lot about this now unless you guys want to talk about it. But I'll tell you, it's probably the algorithms on my phone because I am curious about it. But so I'm going to synthesize two things. So I am following both the tariff rebate dividend and acts like the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act and the Social Security Expansion Act. Now, neither one of those is a done deal, but those help a lot of us as blind people. But I mean, and then today I just saw apparently Susie Wiles told Donald Trump that hey we have to start rallying, and so I don't know about the midterms, but Donald really needs to start focusing on domestic policy, on national security and things like that, or else I don't know at this point. I don't know if Republicans are going to hold on in the midterms. What do you guys think?
If they won't be cheating, I think they would easily take the House, keep the House.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for cheating, I'm with Anya on that. But I think the good guys know what the bad guys are up to and know how to prevent it. I mean, that I have faith in that, and I have faith that God will help the good guys win. You know what I mean? And I know those are pretty simple terms, good guys and bad guys, but I can't really say Republicans and Democrats because there's snakes in both camps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jasmine Crockett is running for Senate down in Texas.
You mean Jasmine Crockett? I call her Crooked.
Jasmine Crockett. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe what she's like. Isn't she becoming like the front runner in the Democratic Party? I think I heard that in the last couple of days that she's becoming a leader in the Democrat Party. And
well, I mean, she's a part of the squad. I mean,
but
between her and Ilhan Omar and Hakeem Jeffries and Chucky Shutdown Schumer and
yeah.
I mean,
But
even, go ahead.
but that's what the left wants. So that's what they're following. That's what they're seeking.
No, they just put out the worst of the worst because they
Yeah.
hate this country and they want it to fall apart.
Mhm.
And that's why they put the most incompetent people out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like AOC and Crockett and
Mhm.
I don't know, like the ones that.
well, and Becca, I gotta say, I think you were exceptionally lucky because I gotta tell you, we might have words about this right here on the air, but they'll be
What?
cordial words. We can agree to disagree or whatever. But I think
Okay.
you were exceptionally lucky because I think you said that you did grow up around a Somali community, like they were nearby, that were decent people. If that's the case, I think you're very lucky because the Somalis that I'm seeing do not seem to really care about America very much.
So
Brandon-
there were no Somalis in Montana where I was growing up, but I did go to Minnesota. I've been to Minnesota a lot throughout my life as a child and as an adult, and there is a big Somali community in Minneapolis. So, and I lived there for a year before I moved to Arizona in 2015. So while I lived in Minneapolis for that year, like I was taking cabs around, right? And a lot of the cab drivers were Somalians. So I was making friends with Somalians while I was there. You know what I mean?
Brandon, were you at the last show last week or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you were. Because I remember we did talk about the fraud a little bit, and I wasn't sure if you were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
Well, yeah, right.
$8
Well,
billion
that's yeah.
fraud, $8 billion, and the judge just throws away the case. She feels sorry for them. Like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Well, exactly, and it's like I think that we should be taking the best and the brightest, right? But it really doesn't seem like we are, when because people are tired of hearing President Trump say, prisons and mental institutions and stuff. People are tired of hearing him say that, but it really doesn't seem like we are taking the best and the brightest. I mean,
well,
it's like if you take in the lowest of a country by the millions, what do you think you're going to be importing into your country?
maybe we should have some that's based on like a merit system where people who have certain skill levels and certain skills that we really need here in America, they're moved to the head of the line. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we could like the people in the know about which people we need to fill which positions most in this country, they could put out the word across the world, hey, America needs doctors or we need lawyers. Heck no, we don't need lawyers, but that's just an example, right? Like they could put out a word, and then men and women with those skills from other countries could apply if they want to come to America, and then they could help rebuild America like our ancestors did when they came here. Our ancestors came here from other countries and they helped build America originally, but America's been through a lot and now we need to rebuild. And so we need to bring who have skills and who have like a strong work ethic and who aren't afraid to get their hands muddy and get in and make their backs hurt to work like Americans do. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think we need to rebuild
that's why I give.
Go ahead,
Well, that's why I give commendation and kudos to you, Anya, because I somewhat understand that it must have been at least moderately difficult to come to America, and I don't mean just the transportation, but I mean as someone who's lived in this country for my whole life, I think there probably are a lot of cultural differences, certainly linguistic differences between Ukraine and America. So I think you've done a very, very admirable job.
Plus she's blind. I've met other blind immigrants, right? And I'm always shocked when I meet these men and women. I'm always like, wow, you are a person of strong character because you had the ambition to not only overcome your blindness and get out in the world, but you had the ability to leave your country and come to America. that says a lot to me, And so when we go to these NFB meetings and stuff, like the big conventions, we meet so many people from all over the world. And I'm always really fascinated by our blind brethren from other countries. They're really cool,
Yeah, it does take effort, I say, but again, I think it should not be super easy. So yes, it is troublesome. It is costly, and lots of other challenges. But it's okay, because you shouldn't be able just to walk through the door and say, "Hi, I'm here." No country.
Right.
Every country has a process.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it so bad when people just come and they're like, okay, like we're refugees and take us.
Well, and look, I'll say I'm not even a refugee, not at all, and I'm not seeking asylum, not at all. But I'm just saying, like, I've heard a lot of people say, "Man, Brandon, you could move to the Philippines, man. It's a lot more affordable there." And I'm just thinking, like, yeah, but whoa, like, nah, I ain't just gonna start setting that up tomorrow. Okay. Like, I'm just like, nah, like that's a different culture, that's a different language, that's different geography.
Yes.
Like,
that's crazy that you've been told that, because I've been told the same thing by one or two people from other countries, right? And I always think the same thing, like you. I'm like, whoa, no way, am I gonna like sell my home here, move to another country where I don't speak the language, set up shop there, and start a life, And plus, my kids and grandkids are here in the States. So,
well, for you guys, for both of you, it's very advantageous that you speak English. So pretty much anywhere in the world you go, you'll find somebody who speaks English.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst. Like, you get lost.
Anya, can you tell us about do you remember when you came to America, or were you too young?
No, I was not too. I was 17.
Oh, so can you tell us about your experiences of becoming a citizen and making it to America the first time and stuff, or whatever?
Well, first I came as an exchange student on the program. But back then, I mean, my gosh, like we didn't really have dictionaries. We didn't have all these apps that we have today, Google Translate and all that stuff. So a lot of English I had to figure out. It was just crazy.
Wow.
My host mom, to her credit, she spent lots of time, like hours and hours, sitting with me, explaining to me things. And I would ask her a certain word, like, what does it mean? And she starts to explain to me with the words I don't know. And I say, wait, what is it? So nothing made sense. Crazy.
Hey, Paul, can you hear everybody?
So I can hear everyone, but I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, no, cause I don't know Gino. I'm sorry about this, y'all, but I don't know Gino on your side if you was able to hear me or if you muted me. I don't know how you do everything over there behind the scenes, but yeah, I popped out for a while and then came back. Cause I was talking, but it didn't seem like anyone could hear me. So I've been here for what, 10 minutes or so, something like that.
Oh, okay, Paul. Well, thank you for joining us, Paul.
Yeah, sorry I'm a little late. I was out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you for joining us. So Anya, I think Anya was speaking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well you were asking me about the process and how I got here. So I mean, if I came today, from the technological standpoint, it would be so much easier to do schooling and just general conversations, But back then it was just there was no much technology at the time. I mean, there was already Google, like I said, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know how old you're. Can you tell us what year that was when you came, when you were 17 years old? Because I don't know how old you are now.
2008.
2000, just 2000?
8.
2008. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I mean, we already had JAWS and all that stuff, but still, today it's still it's nothing. But yeah, it is a process.
What do you think then about like because I've always heard the immersion model is best. Just go there, right? Like just go to Germany, just go to Mexico, go to South Korea, just go to Japan. I mean, you'll pick it up because you have to pick it up. So
do you agree with that philosophy?
Well, I still think you need to know some basics. I mean, okay,
Okay.
I did
Okay.
know basics though. But when the kids are born, like you can say, "Oh, the kids are born; they don't know anything. They just learn as they go." But
Yeah.
we're not kids, already, teenagers, whatever, and your brain is already developed. You already have your own language set up in your head. So, but I don't know how I would learn. Like if somebody just put me right now, like in Japan or something, expect me to pick up the words, it might take years. Yeah,
But look, to your credit, you've done it once though.
like
You did it already when you came here.
I knew some
Oh
things.
yeah. But I mean, I can hear the like you use grammar very well, and like parts of speech and stuff. You've done well.
Well, thank you, but yeah, I mean, I went to college. That helped a lot too. With writing.
Oh, okay.
So 4 years of college. Even though, like I always say, American education is trash, but for somebody who's learning language and writes papers and so you still like as far as the language goes, yeah, you can improve it if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. So I just hope you can appreciate my perspective too. Like I'm saying, like I don't even have to go. I don't need to, like fortunately I'm not a refugee or seeking asylum or anything. So I do have some compassion for some of those people, but not all of them. I don't have compassion for because some of them just set up a front and they just try to look the part, but meanwhile they're actually just fine. They're actually terrorists, probably.
Yeah, a lot of people come not because they are running from their country for their life, but because they come here for the benefits.
Well, but I think there's still a lot of people who come to America for opportunity, and as they find opportunity, they help build America. You know what I mean?
It's very slim number of people who still does it. Mostly people come because you're pregnant. You can get on WIC. You can get.
Oh yeah, there may be some people, but you know what? There are just as many Americans born here who are doing all that.
That's true too.
Like I've had children, and so I've been around lots of other women who have children. I've had lots of cousins and friends who've had children, and I can't tell you how many of them have my phone in. I have to plug my computer in, guys. Give me a minute.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I would just say, I think it's like I don't like what's happened to the American economy since COVID. Because a lot of the things that we really depend on that are fundamentally important, like a home, shelter, vehicles, to get around, that's mobility, but even like groceries, that's food.
Something's happening.
I don't really. I've told you guys I'm not really a big fashion guy, so I don't know about clothing. But Maslow's theory, pyramid of needs, right? Shelter, food, clothing. Well, shelter and food have both gone up. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm saying, like Becca was saying, she's known people that were born and raised here in this country that have derived some benefit from programs like that. I mean, whereas I'm not so used to that. I grew up, in an ethos where, you need to work, you need to earn a living, you need to. I'm a very traditional man like that. You need to provide for your family. You need to support your family.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's such an is Paul there? I don't hear anything from Paul.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
So I just think it's unfortunate. I think that well, I'll say
ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
I know I don't need to remind you of what you must already be thinking. What any man in your position would be thinking at this moment.
You scream, Before you try anything, I want to cut up that pretty little face of yours.
Father thinks he's being a hero. He ain't.
What you need to be asking yourself right now is, am I the kind of man to allow my wife to be violated? Or my young son? Over money? What kind of man are you?
Whatever you came here for, you won't get.
Are we back, guys?
Yep, looks like we are back.
Yeah, so that was the trailer for Invasion, I believe.
I just gotta say that one looks good. I think you guys done that one up right. So
yeah, Invasion is a really good film.
Yeah. Oh, if you don't mind, you guys, if it's, Brandon was talking about COVID and you said the word transportation, and I don't know what exactly triggered me in that word, but it made me think of, well, you talk about COVID and how things changed, but I thought about your what is it, Wemo thing that you were?
Oh yeah, Waymo.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
How did it go? Did you finish testing it, or what's the deal with that?
So I did, and it's great. It's great because now they will travel using the Phoenix highways, whereas before they wouldn't. They would only use surface streets. But now they will, and that's now available to everyone who is able to be a trusted tester.
Okay, now even if you live in Mesa, where I live, should I try to become a trusted tester?
You should. You should. You know, just the Waymo One app is free. Well, the Waymo One app is free.
And do you apply to be a trusted tester through the app?
Well, you need to make sure that you are either directly within or very close to the service area, because it doesn't go everywhere. But they are actively expanding both here in the Phoenix metropolitan area and in other cities as well.
But I can find all this out through the app, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Gino and I can look into it later, whatever.
For the listeners, where is Waymo currently? For those who may be listening.
Yeah.
They're the most active here in Phoenix and surrounding suburbs and San Francisco.
Which surrounding suburbs? Do you know which surroundings?
I mean, like some parts of Mesa are there. Chandler, Tempe, Glendale.
So a lot of the East Valley. Any of the West Valley?
That I don't know. I mean, I know that I could get all the way over to what's that street called now? I can go pretty far west, like I think around like 34th, 35th Avenue West. If that means it, so
and they'll come and pick you up at your house and take you that far?
Yeah.
And you can pick it right up from anywhere in that general area going back to your house?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're the most active in Phoenix and San Francisco right now. But they are actively expanding though.
So when you're in this car with no driver, isn't that weird, Brandon?
Well, you know, I tried it. You know, I'm just that way. Like I'll try something. It's just like I play with AI right now too, and that's in a mega boom cycle. You know, but no, I don't think it's weird. It's something you might like that I often turn off actually, but which is on by default. Is it will tell you, you know, now turning onto 17th and McDowell Avenue.
That's the information I would want, because that's
yeah. It will tell you. It will tell you that.
It'll tell you turn by turn as you're driving. That's great.
Well, you know, you guys, like I hear a lot of excitement, like especially the blind community is so happy about these Wemos and the prospects of the driverless cars, and it's all great. You know, in some ways there's a lot of criticism too, because people don't want to lose control of driving. People still want to drive, but I hear like my husband told me he was at a conference and they were discussing all these cars that are driving, like Tesla and other, and they still do make quite a bit of mistakes. You know, um, I heard somewhere that Tesla drove, like the police was parked, like there was some kind of accident or something,
Uh-huh.
and Tesla didn't notice. They would just barge right
Yeah.
through, and like, whoa, wait.
No. And Tesla in particular is not equal to Waymo where safety is concerned.
Is Waymo superior?
Yeah, Waymo is much because they literally have a better hardware platform.
Yeah.
And I'm not really trying to nix Tesla or anything, but I just think like as blind people, it's the difference between a product that's designed for something with for someone with usable vision, like low vision, as opposed to somebody who's blind. Tesla, I think, like if you needed to open a can of pop or something, it would be okay for a few seconds, but they kind of always expect you to keep your eyes on the road because of like what Anya said. Like Tesla might do something like that.
But
Waymo, they don't have the array of it.
Where Waymo is actually a self-driving car, it can do it all by itself. Is that
right, and they prioritize safety.
Yeah.
But you still can't control the Waymo if you're, say, in the passenger seat. So when you say they prioritize safety, I understand what you're saying in terms of the hardware is different from a Waymo from a Tesla. But in the event that, say, there's an accident,
can you stop the ride? Can you make the car stop?
Yeah, that's what my question was.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, you can make it pull over, but you can't make it stop. No, it'll stop on its own. Guys, it can see like 5 football fields ahead of itself.
Right.
So it should it would detect. So it would detect an accident and that kind of a thing. Versus Teslas, for some reason, may not be able to do that yet.
Well, or if they do, they might alert you, but it might not slow down. Okay. You would need to slow it down.
Gino's taken those Waymos a few times, and he likes taking them.
Yeah, we have talked about this several times on this show, but it's still, I just recently saw a post from someone on Facebook talking about how much they would rather have a human, even though they say humans cause way more accidents than a robot would. But still, the reactionary time, like, sometimes you have to evaluate something quickly in your head, make a decision. I don't know how advanced the robots are today.
Well, theoretically, the robot, whether it's Waymo or Tesla, can and will have a faster reaction time than a human. In theory, they should be able to do that. Now, how good that is, I can't really, say for sure. I haven't taken a Waymo or a Tesla. I've been in plenty of Teslas, but never ones that was self-driving, so I can't really say. But theoretically, the computer should be faster than us. I do understand. I do kind of subscribe, honestly, more to that myself. I would rather, I think, have someone drive me, but
what is that?
That was a call coming through on my phone. Here, let me silence this, because people like to call me back again. So let me mute this. There.
So I do feel like I would be still more comfortable with it, but if I was in the Phoenix area or in San Francisco, I would try it once. But I think part of being in a Lyft or an Uber, I think part of it, part of the experience for some people is talking to the driver, getting to know a new person, whatever, and you ain't ever going to get that in a Waymo or a self-driving Tesla.
That's one big reason why I frown on the Waymo option.
Well, for me, it's good that if you get to talk to somebody, but it's not my priority at all.
I understand that.
My concern would be more like, as I asked Brandon before we talked about this topic, and Brandon said you really have to have good mobility skills, which is true. But even with good mobility skills, it feels like, okay, it came and you don't know exactly where you are. Sometimes there are parked cars and the self-driving car cannot get to their spot that you need to be dropped off, or maybe some other obstacle or whatever.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that does happen. Yeah.
But you know what we can do as blind people? We could take our phone out and open up one of our apps like Be My Eyes and have them help us get from where the Waymo drops us off to the door. You know what I mean? So that we know we get there safely.
And that's what I'm saying. I just have that in my constitution. Like the trade-offs are worth it to me, because I'll tell you, I get tired of riding with riders that don't speak any English, that don't understand what I'm saying, or that are just rude that do, but just act like they don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That would be nice. And I think if I ever get the opportunity to like set up my own Waymo ride and take it somewhere, I'll probably be thrilled with it too. And I hope that it will come to Mesa where I live so that I can use Waymo like you do, Brandon. It probably would be pretty cool.
I just think it's a nice option.
So.
And like I recently noticed, I harped on it.
Is it cheaper? Is it cheaper than a Lyft since there's no driver?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Like if a Lyft costed you say 25, a Waymo might cost you 19 or 20. So it's a little cheaper.
Well, that's pretty good savings though.
But
it could add up
with Waymo though.
It's better than I thought. I figured it would only be like a $2 or $3 savings on that size of bill. So.
Oh no. But Waymo, they don't ever change the cost. Like as long as you don't change where you're going, your costs will never go up. Like even if it has to wait on a train or something, so it takes longer than it originally thought, your price still will not change.
So Brandon, is there like a pull switch or something like that the passenger can pull to get the Waymo? You said there is to get it to stop, right?
You can ask it to pull over.
Okay, because like if it's malfunctioning or like if it's about to run into a train or cross a track that a train's coming on, I would be able to hear the train coming, right? I would want to be able to pull a cord to get it to stop if it didn't look like it was going to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it will. It can see 5 football fields ahead.
Yeah,
plus it has a 360-degree view all around itself.
Yes,
so
I know it's supposed to, but how can you say it will? How do you know that it will every single time? Like, I don't understand that. And that's the what ifs are so horrendous, I think. You know what I mean? The occasions when it might not do what it's expected to do.
But your phone glitches sometimes too. You think like, okay, this app is supposed to act this way, and all of a sudden it glitches. So that's what I think that's what Becca is talking about. Like
that's exactly what I'm talking about. And like when we have a glitch on our computer, yeah, we can handle it in your Waymo's computer, and it does something crazy, like drives off a pier into a lake or something, and you drown in the car. Brandon, I'm going to be so upset that you're going to drown in a car that goes off a pier in your Waymo.
I'm a good swimmer. I'll break the window and I'll swim out, and then I'll be on a news report, you know. So, No, I see what you're saying. And okay. Theoretically, that could happen. But you know what? Theoretically, you could be walking down a sidewalk and a branch could fall off a tree and break your head open too. Theoretically. I mean, you don't know. It just rained, you know, that branch has a lot of water in it, and you just walk, and then I mean, you don't know. So I don't live my life in fear like that. I mean, but I'm telling you, like, they don't design the cars like that. Like a car knows what a cat looks like, and a dog looks like, and a toddler looks like.
Here's another thing. Have you ever heard of hacking? What if a terrorist hacks into the Waymo software and makes us all crash our cars or something? And we all die.
The terrorist hacks into the airplane that you're flying on. What about that?
Well, there you go. Like, but I don't like
flying. Those are fly-by-wire now. I understand.
We can talk about all the reasons why we don't like flying on the next episode. Right now, we're talking about
No.
But still, you do technically still have a pilot that's still flying now. You know, when you're flying on a plane, so there is still a human aspect of it, which. I guess there's still a human aspect of it.
I think I'm going to start verifying that there's a captain in the cockpit before I take a flight, because you can usually see them anyway or talk to them.
Yeah, Brandon, to your point, you said, "Oh, you're on a plane too," and yes, your system can be hacked, but at least you have 2 humans who can still do something, like pilot and co-pilot.
The hackers iced them out. Not if they lock their control panel up.
I know, but
you're going to fly here today. We're not going to fly. We're going to fly here today. Allah Akbar. Yeah.
Was that that was Brandon's impression? That was good, Brandon.
This is my impression of people from Stan countries. You know, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, you know. Fuck America. Through the whole country.
My ex-husband.
Through the whole country. They are big devil. Yeah. No.
But you still see, yes, I mean,
it's radical wacko.
Something extreme like that can happen. Like the computer gets locked, the system, gets hacked and locked. But still, I mean, on the airplane, they have two persons who have human brain that can do something. Like maybe not in that extreme situation when everything is locked up, but when something slightly goes wrong, they still can potentially, solve it.
Right.
Well, and like so you do have the option to call what's called rider support. Now that will be answered by a human. If you do notice something like, wait, I don't know what this thing is doing. Like that happened to me one time because I was trying to go somewhere where there was a closed gate and the car would just make a big circle. So I called rider support and I'm like, hey, why is it doing this? And they're like, oh, it's because of that gate. So you can either tell the car to pull over and just put the code in manually, or you can just tell it to go somewhere else. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. So
and I'm assuming they're a 24-hour, 24/7 line.
And were you able to get a hold of Riders Support by just clicking a link inside the app, or did you have to find a phone number to call them?
No. There's a button right in the app.
Well,
you go to help, and then you go to contact, and then you go to call rider support.
So I'm having some wild imagination here. So, okay, let's say a scenario like you're a criminal of some sort, and you ordered Waymo, and you arrived to your destination. You act like you came out of the car, but you stayed inside, and the next person orders a car. And you can just sit there waiting for the person to get in and kill them or rob them or something. See what I'm saying? Like if you never.
Yeah. So what you're saying is somebody could wait inside the Waymo for the next person and attack them.
Right. It's just wild.
Ain't there cameras in the Waymo?
Oh, good going. You just gave the criminals another idea, Anya.
No, but I'm just asking if that's been thought through. Like, if I ordered Lyft to Becca's house and I arrive and I open the door again.
It's Waymo we're talking about too, not Lyft. Alexa, stop. Oh, is it 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6 p.m.
Okay.
Well,
no, to just finish that point though, there's.
Hold on. When the music's over, we can go ahead, Paul.
To Brandon's point, though, just to finish that up, there's cameras inside the Waymos, right?
Brandon?
Yeah. And like if somebody, wait, can you guys hear me?
We're just giving you the floor.
Oh, okay. No. So if somebody goes to a destination but then never gets out. Eventually rider support would call them because like maybe they fell asleep or something, right? But rider support would call into the car and talk over all of the car's speakers like, sir, ma'am, you are at your destination. Is everything okay? Like, so they would because now you're holding up the car for someone else.
So Brandon, I think what I was thinking is, so let's say the person didn't fall asleep in the car, but they're hiding in the car because they're a bad person. They want to hurt the next person that gets in. Are they able to do that without the car realizing they're in there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah,
that's what Anya's wanting to know.
Well, but I mean, that's where the live humans that can. So the cameras are always on. Microphones are not, but cameras are always on. So they would.
Okay.
Now they're not always watching you, but they can though look back at the history. So if a car is just waiting, then they're gonna look into that car and mic in there and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, And if they
But
don't
what
give
if
any
I open
answer, then
the
they might
door?
review the footage, and then they'll see the person.
So what if a guy and a gal want to rent a Waymo and they want to
They wouldn't
make
want
out
to do
in the
that
back
because if they
seat?
open and close the door, then they're just going to go wherever the car goes. I mean, it'll just kind of circle in the vicinity until someone else hails it.
Right. So if I'm a bad person, if I want to rob the next passenger, I arrive to my destination. I open the door and slam it shut.
But she doesn't get out, but she stays inside.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Would the car realize that
you're
she had
breaking up
stayed
on my end
inside?
a little bit. What if they want to rent a Waymo and what?
Yeah, so let's say I arrive to my destination and I'm a bad person who wants to do something bad to the next passenger. So I open the door, act like I'm getting out, slam it shut.
But she stays inside the car, lurking, waiting for the next passenger so she can clobber him over the head and steal her stuff.
Right, exactly.
Is that possible?
Yeah, but no, not real. I mean, because the humans would check in and then they would be like, wait a second, I don't think this is, and then they'd probably call
the cameras that show the interior of the car would flag the people in the know that someone was in there and they would stop it or something. Is that what you're saying?
So they check before every ride to make sure the car is empty?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they do that or not. But you see what I'm saying, though? It's like the person goes to a desk in the beginning. See, that's what sets up the whole problem. Because then, like, if they never say, like, cause just like Uber and Lyft and stuff, when you get to your destination, the app is like, oh, we'd love your feedback. How did we do? And so if the person never submits that, it's going to set off flags.
I think here's the question. So, for example, Anya takes a ride to, say, Target, okay? And her destination is Target. And so what she does is she opens and closes the door. Will the Waymo at that point, even though she didn't get out, will it go to the next ride? Or is it smart enough to see that the person hasn't gotten out?
Car doesn't care, but the humans would.
But
okay, so the car is not okay.
So you said they're not watching you constantly.
But you think maybe they're watching when it's dropping off and picking up, though? Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
I would because now eventually when they do check in, they're going to see. Wait. There's just some random person. They don't have a trip booked. Wait a second. This is no. And they can take control of the car and it.
See, yeah, that's what I'm just talking about. But how long would it take for them to notice that person in the car, though? Yeah, but Brandon, do you think it's possible that they wouldn't check it often enough to notice that random person was in there before the next person got in the car?
Yeah, I think it's a weak spot.
I don't know all of their protocol, but
yeah. Now I'm gonna start carrying Mesa with me, if I take Waymo.
Well, how do you know that somebody didn't disable security system and is hiding in your bathtub? I mean, it's just we live our lives, guys.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like perpetually in fear of like.
Well, now we need to though, because Anya let the cat out of the bag. Now all the bad guys know what they can do in a Waymo, right? So this will be the next crime that'll be sweeping the nation. You just watch.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Anya. It's all your fault.
You're welcome.
As an unofficial spokesman, I don't think it'll work.
Okay, all right.
Oh, she says you're welcome.
Okay, guys, so let's wrap up the show. Is everybody done talking?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry for coming in a little later. Yeah. I do apologize about that.
Oh, no problem, Paul. Thanks for joining us. Thanks all of you for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this exciting episode of The Blind View. Please be sure to like, share, and hit the subscribe button. Peace out, y'all. That's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thank you for watching Becca's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.